Thank you, listeners, for joining us. It is Tuesday and in between regular Elko City Council meetings, so pleased to sit across from our very busy but very happy Elko City Manager, Jan Baum. She's leading a team of dedicated professionals, and they're all working so hard on behalf of our community. Jan, thanks for being in today.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for the compliment of our amazing team at the City of Elko. You're right. We have an amazing team and very professional and just experts in their field, and we're so thankful to have them.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jan. Again, it takes that great vision and leadership and the appreciation that we have. I was in downtown Elko last Thursday. I got to go on the ghost tours hosted by the Downtown Business Association. I know coming up this weekend. They may still have a few tickets for Nevada Day weekend. I'm hoping so, but for those listening. But I was just admiring how many different people come together for that, how much work is done on the infrastructure of the downtown. I was thinking of the work that Kathy Laughlin, RDA, that group, particular the downtown business owners and the DBA, they work so hard to preserve downtown Elko at a time where nationwide a lot of downtowns are struggling.
Right. We are so fortunate to have that RDA, and Jan Peterson doing that tour is just amazing. I'm so disappointed I wasn't able to go, and but I'm so glad you were able to go, and it was a treat.
It was a real treat. And Jan, just to give her another plug, is the Grand Mistress of Nevada Day Parade, which is Friday. Lineup starts at 10 at the Crystal Theater, and that'll be starting at 11, making its way along the traditional route. It's not too late to enter. It's free to enter, thanks to the Knights of Columbus. Jim Connor is the person to call at 775-738-7991. And I hope Jan doesn't mind me telling, but she's going to be leading the way in a fire truck driven by her son, the County Fire Protection Chief, Matt Peterson.
Oh, that's so great. Oh, but won't that be fun for them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun. And she's a great Grand Marshal, very well deserved, and it should be a fun time. It's the Nevada Day Parade. It's so fun.
It is so
great.
fun. It's a great way to kick off, of course, the fall season. And congratulations, Pat Pierce will be riding along. She's turned 95 on October 24th, and so she's a proud, several generation Nevadan.
How fun is that? I love it.
Yeah. Thanks, Jan. We're doing our quick little update there on our Nevada Day heading into the weekend. Looking up the agenda for next week, it is busy, so we will dive right in. There are a lot of really important issues coming up on the council meeting for October 24th. Where should we start?
We can just start off with the presentations. Rusty Barr with the Elko Boys and Girls Club will be at City Council to do a presentation on the Recreation Center. And he has a very nice presentation, and I'm just so excited for this project. We need it so badly, and I just don't need to talk about the pool and how we're struggling to keep it going, but we are, and this is just this is a great presentation and a great project for our community as a whole, and I'm excited for everybody to see it.
That's right. Positive foot forward in the waning months of 2023, and looking forward to 2024, where I think that's when pool construction can likely start.
That is when they are planning on starting, is early in the spring, so that'll be great to see the ground start being dug up.
And I do want to reiterate that Rusty was at the last council meeting and did say right at the top of the agenda in public comments that the goal is to begin pool construction on the site, but not to disrupt the existing pool, because we know swimming is so important to so many residents.
Yes, we want to keep that going all during construction, and and actually Nikki, who is our pool manager, she will be closing the pool for about a month this winter, in the middle of the winter when it's our coldest months, and that's when we get the most moisture in the pool. And so we can do some maintenance on the pool and keep that open and keep it going until the end of construction.
Well, thanks, Nikki, by the way. Shout out to Nikki Moore and the pool staff. It's a small staff. They have a huge job, and we know safety is at the top of the list. So Nikki's been an important part behind the scenes of making sure that we get a brand new Elko City swimming pool and the attached rec center. So that will be presented right at the top of the agenda during next Tuesday's meeting.
Most definitely. Yes, it's tonight. 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, that's right. It is the 24th. What have I been saying? I've been saying next Tuesday, haven't I, Jen?
Yeah, today's the day. So,
I apologize. You are absolutely
that's
right.
That's great. That's why we're a team.
That is exactly why we're a team. We're busy female brains.
It could be scary.
That is scary. Always looking ahead to the next thing. So this afternoon, I'm even more excited for this afternoon's regular council meeting. So also on the agenda, if we're skipping around just a little bit, I know there will be a presentation. I want to make sure that we're not skipping over anything big, but on the public nuisance, right, at the property at 837 Idaho Street.
Yes, we have a couple items on the agenda for the Elko Inn and the public nuisance. It'll start out by a presentation, likely by me and Kelly Wildridge, our Elko City Clerk, on the update. So in August, the end of August, the City Council did declare the Elko Inn a public nuisance, and so that included an order to the Elko Inn, the owners of the Elko Inn, that listed certain items that needed to be attended to in order to abate the public nuisance. And those 4 items in particular, this is just very general. It was a lot more detailed than this, but is the removal of all unauthorized persons. Security services 24/7, 365 days a year, a security fence, and then security cameras. And so we will have an update on where they are on all those items, and just giving an update to council on the items. And then it's later in the agenda, there is a request. This was on the agenda last time as well. There's a request by the owners on the security services. So they would like their property management firm that they have contracted with to provide the security services rather than a licensed security services firm. They would like their management to do that. And so they're going to be attending the meeting, I believe, at least remotely, and we'll have some updates on what all that entails. And we did go out and get some pricing on what security services are, and it's very expensive. And so council will have some a decision to make, and if they do allow the security firm or the management firm to provide security, there are some stipulations that council will likely request, like background checks and for us to know exactly who are members of that management team. And they also need to make sure that if their management team is providing 24/7 security at the location, that they provide inhabitable or living conditions for them, which includes running water, electricity, things like that. So that'll be a discussion for the council for sure, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's a lengthy agenda item. The city's been taking this public nuisance very seriously. It's taken up a lot of the city attorney's time. Police, I know, have been involved in the property for months, and any future relationship, as you said, regarding security would probably involve some more oversight from our city force, because if they're not a contracted private security firm licensed and bonded within the state, that means that there has to be another layer of oversight. So
yes, and the City of Elko Police Department has been very involved in this process, and it is nice to hear, though, from the chief and the acting chief, who tonight is Lieutenant Rick Moore, that the activity has decreased considerably at the location, and we need to remember that. I mean, that's really good news for our neighbors, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's keeping an eye on that. Glad you mentioned Acting Lieutenant Rick Moore, as our chief is enjoying. I think he's got. I hope he's got some animals by now, because I know he went hunting for a long period of time, and he apparently will come back shaggy. We've never seen him with long hair or a beard, so we'll see.
Right.
So.
I bet that he has taken care of that, because he's at Sheriff's and Chiefs this week.
Oh, he's this week. Okay.
I have a feeling
he's all groomed and tidy.
He'll be all groomed and tidy.
Well, I hope he did get whatever animals he was seeking during hunting season.
Exactly, or at least some peace and quiet and some fun times.
Yes, so we thank Acting Lieutenant Rick Moore. I'm sure he'll update the council. We did have the very sad news of 2 fentanyl deaths, unrelated apparently, but one at the Johnny Appleseed Park on Saturday. I think they were both Saturday they were discovered, Jan.
Yes, I think they were on the same day, and one young man and a middle-aged man. So that's very concerning for our community as a whole.
Yeah, so I'm sure updates from the police forthcoming. And and same as you, we already hear chatter in the community about people wondering about the future safety or security of the Johnny Appleseed. It's a playground that's popular, but unfortunately it at times has become a haven for drug use because it's in this sort of sheltered, hidden location with a lot of nooks and crannies, if you will. So,
and honestly, that's what the children love, I'm sure. I mean, I had children that used to play there, and they love that they can hide and seek, but that is also a negative aspect of Johnny Appleseed. And so there's been a lot of talk about Johnny Appleseed and the safety there, and yeah, it's unfortunate that there was somebody found close to that area.
Yep, so that'll be a topic for the future, talking with our city manager, Jan Baum, here on Elko Live today. So anyway, any action item on the Elko Inn would be concerning the security services, it looks like, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. And there's an item on there about civil penalties as well, but that's kind of in general. Our code doesn't indicate a exact amount that you can charge for a civil penalty, and so that's an item that if we decided to go that route, it would go through the courts, and I don't know if we're ready for that yet, but it's a good information item for the council.
All right. Hopefully the representatives from the owners of the property will be at the meeting, because I know that was a huge bone of contention during the recent meeting.
Right, and they emailed the city clerk and indicated that they tried to get on and weren't able to. I don't know if it was because of their service. I don't know why they couldn't get on, but they did ask for an invite again this time, and so and asked for the item to be on the agenda again. So we did that, and I hope that they do log in today.
All right. This afternoon, City Council meeting starts at 4 o'clock in person at City Hall, online at elkocity.com, and you can find great directions to access the meeting online. It's really cool news about the sewer lift station, and I know as a community, you know, we need people to be excited about this, Jan. This is great.
Yeah, if only everybody could be as excited about a sewer lift station as I am, or Dale Johnson, but it is exciting news. So the city of Elko has been working for many years to develop and get water and sewer service to exit 298. It's our third exit of the city, and it's very important, especially for industrial and commercial development, for that exit to have water and sewer services. And so we are just really excited to be awarding a bid at the exit 298 for a lift station and force main project. It's a sewer project bringing sewer to exit 298, and this bid will be going to Great Basin Engineering. And the other exciting thing about it is that we budgeted about $5 million for this project, and the bid came in at 4.3, and so that's a relief as well. And so more to come with exit 298 in that development.
Jan, that's terrific news. And just a shout out to Great Basin Engineering Contractors. I mean, looking at the name, you would assume they're local?
Yes, they are local, and they've done several projects for us. They're very professional, and so we're excited to have them on the project.
And it's really nice to give business to local contractors anytime you can. We know that there's a different system. You know, when you're looking at these bids, you have to look at the most responsive bids. Sometimes that's the lowest amount, but there are other factors. You don't bid on professional services, for example, so there are a lot of considerations. That's great news, Jan. And again, so fingers crossed, and hopefully get constructing on that thing soon, because that could afford a lot of growth in that area.
It absolutely could. And with Komatsu there, they kind of started the development there, and we're excited to see if additional development and business development can come into that area.
Yeah, I'll bring back any news I can, I'm going to Winnemucca tomorrow. They have an I-95, I-80 Futures Forum for their area's economic development.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that supports Humboldt County, Pershing, I think Lander possibly, if it goes that far. But so anything, and lithium is huge for them.
Oh.
Right. So, but any kind of growth that can spread along that I-80 corridor, that will be exciting. So
Absolutely, and that lithium is just, it's big for the entire state. It's really going to be, an economic stimulus to the state as a whole.
Yep, we just need to catch up in this construction infrastructure, building new homes. And so thanks, Jan. So that'll be on the agenda today, opening the bids. And again, congratulations to, we'll see how the vote goes. I guess it's always up to the council. But
Absolutely,
yeah.
but it looks like it will be a good bid, so we're excited for that.
Another heavy lift on the agenda today has to do with the professional services, well, not professional services, but the minimum service guarantee at the airport.
Yes, the minimum revenue guarantee for the between Skywest and the city of Elko. That this is a contract that renews every quarter, and we're actually well into fourth quarter of 2023, which actually probably helped the contract a little bit, just because we have some of the numbers on how full the plane has been in October. We've had a really great October so far, and so that's great to have great load factors, they're called. And so every quarter we're presented a contract with Skywest, and this one is a little different, and we'll have some discussion around it, I'm sure. And the reason it's different is beginning November 30th, the city of Elko will be getting not the city of Elko, the Elko Regional Airport will be having a CRJ 900 airplane service our community rather than a CRJ 200. And the difference between that is that the CRJ 900 is a 76 passenger airplane rather than a 50 passenger airplane. And this plane will also include first class service. And so with that, it's a better service for the passengers at Elko Regional Airport, but it also includes some additional cost. The plane is bigger, and it includes more fuel and higher cost to operate. And so the third month of this quarter, the amount of the minimum revenue guarantee will increase over a prior month by about $30,000, and so we'll have some discussion on that item, and we'll have some discussion on that item and whether to continue to fund that and sign the contract.
Yeah, it's a big decision that the city council has to bear, and we know, and we can talk about that too, because the Flight Alliance is an important part of this. Going from 132 to 168,000 for a total quarterly amount of about 421. But the good news, Jan, is that City of Elko negotiators, and you were included in these discussions, you were able to realize some savings. I mean, even in this contract for the city. So that was important.
Right. Yeah, I think it's important that we're so thankful that Skywest continues to come into our community. There are many communities, they're called at-risk communities, and there are many communities that planes just don't fly into them anymore. And we're trying to avoid that as much as possible. It'd just be a really negative economic impact to our entire community, not just the city of Elko, but the county of Elko, the county of Lander, the county of Eureka. There's a lot of passengers that utilize our service, and there's a lot of input from especially Sheldon Mudd with the NNRDA that it would be really difficult to get economic development into Elko without a commercial airline, and so we really want to keep that commercial air service.
And that's why the Flight Alliance of Northeastern Nevada is so significant, right, Jan?
Yes, and we're putting that together. We had one meeting already, and we have passed our bylaws and are getting the forms filed with the IRS and getting our tax ID number, and we've got our charter going. And so we are putting that together, and as we will probably meet again in early November, and then as that organization develops, we'll be reaching out to the community and and seeing if people would like to join as members and help promote commercial airline service into Elko.
And it is a regional service, as we've talked about. It's the Elko Regional Airport, although it's administered by the city of Elko. And the Flight Alliance does encourage other partners from surrounding counties and communities. The county is already pitching in, Elko County.
They are, and we're so thankful to have them. And they understand how valuable it is to have commercial air service into our community. And we've also reached out to Bert Ramos with Lander County. He's the Lander County manager, and he has expressed some interest as well. So we'd be really excited if he has a voice, obviously, for the outlying counties and how the commercial air service is important to them as well. Everybody has their own interest in the commercial airlines, and so it'll be good to get a lot of different voices.
And certainly Skywest would, enjoy the confidence of having the service agreement continue, because bringing in a 76-passenger airplane, it sounds as though their plans with the CRJ 900 would be to maybe reduce the cost. I mean, if they can increase the number of passengers, maybe they could actually cut the price of individual tickets.
Absolutely. If we could, if we can fill that plane, I would think that maybe they could. I don't know exactly how they work their business model, but for sure that's our intention, is to continue to increase our number of passengers. And there has been some frustration recently with the layover in Salt Lake City, and it's a difficult, when you're coming into Elko at night, it's a little bit difficult to catch that plane. They're having very tight layovers. And then I think you've done it. Then you get over to the, and you have to go down a ramp and get on a bus and go to the plane. But I'm hearing that is very close to being finished, and they are going to push our flight 5 or 10 minutes, which I really think will help us. And so those two things are good news as well.
Yeah, that's great news. I have to say, we were so spoiled when Salt Lake Airport before it was remodeled, because you would literally get off one of the gates upstairs, and then if you had to hoof it a little bit downstairs, that was fine, but you knew right where to go. And
absolutely, and it was doable, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't, right now it's a 30-minute hike if you're really huffing it. And so I'm hoping that these changes coming up will help some of the frustrations in the community, because I understand those frustrations. They allow you or make you book really tight schedules, and then it's almost impossible to make it to the gate. And so I'm hoping that these slight changes will really help our passengers.
Well, thanks again, Jan, for your advocacy and the work on behalf of the council. Of course, the work Jim Foster does, the new Flight Alliance, which is being formed. It's initial stages, but that's an important piece in maybe getting some state funding, which we know if we reach out to our lawmaker, Bert Gurr, maybe he can, get his finger on some funding for us, too.
Yeah, we would absolutely love that. And another big thing that we need to do is continually educate the public and people coming to Elko that we do have a commercial air service. Some people don't know that. And so just continually reiterating that we have commercial air service, that we have the return overnight, which is great for business travel out of Elko especially. I think we told you that not too long ago, Jim Foster and I had to go meet with the FAA in Phoenix, and we left at 5:30 in the morning. We were home by 9. So it was a long day, but it was nice to be able to do it in one day.
Yeah, we're used to long days. It's just long 2 or 3 days. That's what makes it hard. Well, great idea. And maybe we can suggest to, our marketing department here at Elko Broadcasting Company, we have this fabulous electronic billboard right there on Idaho Street. Maybe we can get a cool picture of a CRJ 900 and start promoting the fact that, what month did you say they're going to start?
November 30th. That's coming up. That's true. And yeah, that's a great idea. And the ECBA has committed to start marketing for the plane as well. And I think with our new temple opening up, maybe people from Salt Lake could fly over for the day and do a tour, or or whatever of the temple and then fly home. But I don't know, there's just a lot of opportunity out there that I think we could really take advantage of.
Yeah, certainly. Not just that, but National Cowboy Poetry Gatherings right around the corner. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's so great. What a great event.
Yep. So check the website, start booking those flights now. CRJ 900 is coming, and that's November 30th. So let's pack that big 76 passenger plane and kick back if you can enjoy doing so in first class. It's going to be great for business travel. I imagine for some medical patients as well. That'll be so much more comfortable for them too.
Oh, absolutely. And you're right. And we have, for medical travel, we utilize the commercial air service going both ways. Patients going to specialty doctors for appointments, and thank heavens they don't have to drive 3 or 4 hours for those appointments or more. And then also the hospital utilizes the commercial air service to bring doctors in so we can have specialty doctors come in into our community. And so, yeah, it's utilized for healthcare as well.
Yeah, very crucial that we maintain that air service. So let's see if we can find a cool picture of a CRJ 900. It's going to be a Skywest flight, right?
Yes,
okay,
it is.
That's cool. Well, there is a busy agenda today, Jan. The meeting is today at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Looking forward to the presentation on the rec center. That includes our brand new city swimming pool, and the Boys and Girls Clubs are going to roll that out, and that's right at the top of the agenda. Anything else that we didn't mention you want to make sure people are aware of today?
Well, there is going to be a new, there's a concessionaire agreement on here for an enterprise leasing company. They're going to bring into the airport the truck leasing. And so it'll be more of just an office for them. But I do think that that is a service that that our businesses around Elko really probably utilize, is renting big trucks and for their businesses. And so that's a concessionaire agreement that will be on the agenda. They won't necessarily be parking the big trucks at the airport, but I think that leasing out work trucks and box trucks, things like that, is probably really a service in our community that businesses can use.
Wow, that's great. Another way to utilize some big transportation options. Perfect.
Absolutely.
So we'll look forward to that on the agenda as well today. Thank you, Jan, so much.
Okay, thank you. I want to mention one more thing.
Oh,
I
please
always
do.
have a little plug. So on our website, we have several positions that are open, and we are always recruiting for different positions. And currently, we have a financial services director opening, and it's a great position. Of course, I'm a little biased because I used to be the financial services director, but it's very challenging. It's a great position at the City of Elko, and a great management position that really controls the budget and the audit for the City of Elko. And it's just an important position, and so if anybody is interested in that, please check it out. And then we're always looking for police officers as well, and equally important for sure, our community can always use more police officers, and it's nice to be a police officer in this community because people, our community appreciates our law enforcement, and they really hold them in high regard, and rightfully so. And so I wanted to make sure I mentioned that as well.
Oh, thank you, Jan. And I did want to plug, too, that for the financial services director, for local people, it seems like it's not just easier because you get really quality professionals locally, but you get people that want to be in the community, and they understand and value the things that we do in a rural community. And so, if you're listening or you know someone, because I believe you can come from like an accounting background, maybe work at one of the local firms. I think you did that for a long time, right?
Yes, I did. I started out at a local firm and then went to private business, and then came back to this. And you're right, it's a public service position, and it's changing every day. It is not a boring position whatsoever, and you learn so much about the community and how it works and how you can really give back. And so it's a great position.
Yeah, just from my observation, it seems like it would be personally fulfilling, very rewarding to contribute to your community and to work with other professionals in a diverse way and to use your talents and skills like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. And honestly, all of the positions at the City of Elko, we were just talking about that in our directors meeting today, how it is public service. And It's just a great place to be and a great place to work, and we'd be happy to have as many applicants as we can get.
All right. So please go online, elkocity.com, and check out the offerings. I'll do a quick plug as we're signing off because it's a week from today, but the Nevada Promise Scholarship is on GBC's website, and it's established by Nevada lawmakers. It's for all Nevada high school graduates to attend community college. It is a great opportunity. All applications are due by October 31st. Don't let that discourage you. It's easy to do. You can find help on campus or online, but Great Basin College wants to be your choice for higher education. They offer over 100 degrees and certificate programs to help you start, continue, or finish your education. So please call the Advising Center at GBC 775-327-2068 or go online to gbcnv.edu. But remember that scholarship deadline is just a week away from today, but it's not to discourage you. That's just to get you excited and remind you these Nevada Promise scholarships are unique in that they are specifically for, well, rural Nevada high school graduates, if you will, because you can go to community college. So great. Thank you, Jen.
What a gift.
Yeah.
That's a gift. And even if you're not sure what you're going to do for your future, apply, because you can't go backwards. So definitely apply for that scholarship, whether you know what you're doing for sure or not. It's okay if you don't know what you're doing. Most people don't at that age.
Absolutely, Jen. Thanks. And even some of us at our age don't exactly always know.
Amen.
Yeah, it's like, what do we look forward to? Well, higher education is a great tool. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And thank you so much, again, listeners. We appreciate you there on the other side because we know that it's your input and your support that makes a difference in making it possible that we can be on the radio with you every day today. So for Elko Live, here on the Tuesday edition, City Council meeting starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon at City Hall. Thanks for joining us.